Welcome back, you guys. Happy Monday, everyone. We're going to finish our Asvab mathematical knowledge test from earlier. So welcome back. Can everybody double tap their screens? And we're going to start at number 18. Thank you, Queen, for the heart me. Thank you, Queen. Alrighty, so it says, what is the area of the following figure? Now, there's multiple ways on how you can do this problem. I'm gonna cut it this way. So if I cut it this way, I'm gonna find the area of this rectangle by doing length times width, which is, let's say, 7 times 2, okay? And that's gonna give me 14 for this entire area. Now I need to find the area of this rectangle here. Can somebody put in the chat what would be the area for just this piece right here? Can you guys put it in the chat? Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday. Can we get the double taps going? I'm going to double tap with you guys. 6 feet. Somebody says 6 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet. Oh, I'm glad everybody's saying 10 because see this 5 up here, remember we used 2 of that 5 to get this area. So if we only want this area here, we can't use the 5 because the 5 is connected to here and here. It's the entire width. So in order for us to just get this area, we have to do 5 minus 2. And that gives us 3. And then now we can do 2 times 3, and that's where the 6 comes from. So now this area is 6, and this area is 14, and now we can find our total area by doing 14 plus 6, which is 20, and B would be our answer. Does that make sense, you guys? Are you following? Is there any questions? Thank you for the share, love. Thank you, KJ. Yes, thank you for the shares. Thank you for the double taps. Yes, good. Good, bossy. All right, let's go to number 19. It says, what is 7 1/5% of 465? All right, so I always tell my ASVAB students, there's important fractions that you just have to have memorized to change to a decimal real quick. Like 1/5 is 0.2. Think about 20s. There's 5 20s that make 100. So 1/5 is always 0.2. 2/5 would be 2 20s, which is 0.4. That's how you can memorize that easily. Also, I always have my students memorize 1/4. That's a quarter. So it's 0.25. 2/4. That's 50 cents, right? Half, 50 cents. These are what would make your ASVAB taking skills go much quicker. So we can change this to 7.2%. Now we're going to change it. We're going to change it out of the percent by moving the decimal place over 2 spaces. And so we're going to do 465 times 0.072. Okay. And then we'll come around somewhere close to our answer. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1 is 9. Remember, we're moving over to the 10 spot, so we're going to put that placeholder. 7 times 5 is 35. Carry the 3. 7 times 6 is 42 plus 3 is 45. Carry the 4. And then 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 4 is 32. Okay. Now we're moving here, right? Well, we would just have a whole bunch of zeros, okay? So we're going to add these. So we get 0, 8, 9 plus 5 is 14, 3, 3. Now, this is where our decimal comes in place, right? We have 3 decimal places after, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Our decimal place will go right here. You see, be careful, it says round it to the nearest tenth. Does everybody see the answer? What do you guys get in the chat? Is it A, B, C, or D? Does everybody know how to round to the nearest 10th? That's the question. I had to take this test in 10th grade. Yes, I would say if you made it to 10th grade, that's as far as the Asvab goes, how high it goes. C, 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 C. Good, you guys. Yes, it is C. Now, I did see a B come in, but this is the 10th spot. And so remember, if you have a number 5 or greater, this makes this number go up to 1. So that's why it's 33.5 is our answer, because we're rounding to the nearest 10th spot. Oh, you're so welcome, Alex. Thank you for joining me. It's 383 of us up in here. Thank you, you guys. Oh, yeah, you wasn't trying to be in the military, though? The school just made us take it? Yep. Yes. It's not for everybody, I tell you that. But for those who it is for, it's a great. I have cousins. I have a sister-in-law who's a recruiter that are in the military. And, you get a lot of benefits. So let's go to number 20. It says, what kind of polygon is the following figure? Okay, what do you guys say? A, B, C, or D? Put it in the chat. What do you guys get? It's an octagon. Nice. Coast Guard. A, B, A. Okay, so, I messed up because I wasn't trying to put these numbers on it. But then I was like, let me just put it because my drawing is not perfect. But this is 7 sides, you guys. And a 7 side is called a heptagon, okay? Heptagon is 7. Octagon, think about, it's 8 sides, okay? Hexagon is 6 sides. And a pentagon is 5 sides. So heptagon is always 7 sides. So you would count the sides of the figure, and that's what that means, okay? So these are 7 sides. It's a heptagon. All right, 21. Which of the following is equivalent to 3k squared plus 4k? Is it A, B, C, or D? Let me see those answers come in. Yes, we are, Alex. Thank you for the double taps. Thank you for the shares. We have B, A. Ooh, we going back and forth. All right. B, okay. Elizabeth said B. Okay, so first off, these are not like terms. So we can't combine these because although they have the same variable, the same k, they don't have the same degree. So we can't combine them. Okay. So that means that A and B are out. Now we got a 50-50 chance here. But this one is, let's break down C first. Because you guys are right on the D. It is D. But let me explain why C is not right. So we see how it's all times here between here. So we would get 3. And then whenever you multiply variables, you add their exponents. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be 3k to the 6. Whereas here, you have 3 times k. Well, that's 3k squared. Then it changes to a plus right here. And then when you're adding variables, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You add their coefficients, and that's why D is equivalent to this. Good. I'm glad that makes sense. Oh, I'm so sorry you're in medical school. Oh, so let me tell you what I have for my next live, because I'm recording a lot today, you guys, for my YouTube. I am going to be doing conversions. So join me for the next live. If you're struggling with conversions, kilometers to milliliters, we're going to be doing all kind of, you do this in medical school. So that's going to be the next lesson, you guys. We're doing conversions for all my people struggling with dimension analysis, okay? So let's go to number 22. For which of the following values of x is this number sentence true? So it says 25 minus x. You have to know what this means, this symbol. 10. Can you guys put in the chat, what does this symbol mean? What does this symbol mean? Good. Jay said less than. I see greater than, less than, less than, less than. Good. Perfect. This is less than. Okay. So we're looking for a 25 minus some number has to be less than, smaller than 10. So what do you guys say? Is it A, B, C, or D? That's going to give us something smaller than 10. The answer is 15. Ooh, let's talk about it. Okay, remember, we want something less, right? A, Tabitha said A, B, A. We going back and forth with A and B. Okay, so if we say 25 minus 16 is less than 10. Well, is 9 less than 10? Yes, that is true. So A would be our answer. Now let's talk about 15. So if we chose 15, we're saying 25 minus 10 is less than 10. Well, 25 minus 10 is 10. But 10 is not less than 10. They are equal to each other, but they're not less than. That's why B doesn't work. Does that make sense to everybody that was choosing B? Can you use, let me see. Can you use less than in a sentence, please? Origins of the word. Red, I am no English teacher, okay? I'm far from it, so I don't want to mess you up. And it could like, you could say, in order to go to the movies, right? You have to be, less than. Okay. Let's talk about going to the Ferris wheel or let's talk about getting on rides. Like they'll often say, in order to ride this ride, you have to be less than 465 pounds or you have to be less than 1,000 pounds in order to ride on this ride, right? If they say that, that means that's how you use that. You have to be less than. So you wouldn't be able to ride over the ride if you weighed 1,001 pounds because you have to be less than 1,000. You can't even be 1,000. You have to be less than. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. That's how you would use it though. Like greater than, you use it in context. When you go to the movies, you have to be 18 and older to get into the movies. You can't be 17. You have to be 18 and older. Okay. Thank you. And then in the chat, people are putting examples. So thank you. What is the Asvab for? The Asvab is for the military. If you're trying to join the military in the U.S., you have to take the Asvab test. And so this is what's on the test. Some of the questions. All right, 23. If $4.60 is decreased by 15%, what is the resulting number? Okay. Oh, Fluffy, congratulations. Congrats. So we have A. Decrease means less. Yes, it's getting smaller. Okay, so I see those A's coming in. Okay, I'm trying to think of how I would do this. Okay, so if you ever had to pay tithe, this is like how I connected to all my tithe givers. You know how they say you're supposed to give 10%, give that 10% to tithes. Well, 10% of $4.60 would be 46 cents, right? And then if we need half, this is 15%, so I'm going to do half of this. So half of that will be 23. So I would add this up. So 6 plus 3 would give me 9. And then 4 plus 2 would give me 6, right? That's 69 cents. So I know this $4.60 decreased by 69 cents. So I would subtract those. And then you would see that it would be A. So if we borrowed here, so we would have to borrow, change this to a 3. This will go to 15. 10 minus 9 is 1. As soon as you saw the 1, that's really, you could stop there, right? Because this is the only number that had 1. 15 minus 6 is 9. And then we would drop down our 3. So if you've ever like had to pay tithe or that's how I connected it. It's like, okay, I'm paying tithe. How much do I owe? Does that make sense, you guys? Thank you, Maddie, for the rose. So how did I get this 46? I said, well, 10% of this, 10%, if I was paying somebody 10%, I would owe them 46 cents. So wait, you should borrow from 6, not 4? Well, I could borrow from the 6, but then this would be small. This would be a 5. So let me explain that. Because you're not wrong, right? So if I borrow from the 6, I'm going to have a 5 here. Then I would get 1. But I can't take away 5 from 6. So I would end up borrowing from the 4 to make that a 15. So it's all on how you process it. Oh, you took 10%, then 5%. It's half of that. Yes, baby. Yes, you see it. I took 10%, and then for the 5%, I took half of that 10% and got the 23. You deserve it. You actually doing something constructive and educational. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, any more questions? Thank you, Carol, for the roses. Thank you for the double taps, for all the follows. Okay. Alrighty. So let's go to 24. Okay. I'm trying to think of another way. Another way, like if you don't get the whole 10%, you never pay tithe. You like, I don't know what you're talking about. Another way you could do this is by doing 460 times 0.15. That will also get you the answer. Okay. Just to let you know. Trying to teach my daughter. I love it, Carol. Good. Somebody put in the chat, another way is 0.85 times 460. Will that give it to you? Okay, thank you. Let me see. I'm going to test this with a calculator. Even though we're not supposed to use a calculator on the Asvab, I'm going to try it. So you said do 460 times 0.85. Oh, you just taught me a new, I guess that does make sense because you're doing how much percent you would have left on the original. I did not even look at it that way. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. That is, yeah, so it came out. All right, you guys, multiple ways. I love it. This is why I jump on. Thank you so much for the hearts. This is really what I love about our community, you guys, how we show each other different ways on how to do the math. We're just doing beautiful. It's just beautiful. I can't even say the words, but I enjoy all the comments, all the double taps, the gifts. I'm appreciative. What is the decimal form? Is this right? What is the decimal form of 5/6? Okay, form. So what is the decimal form of 5/6? Round to 2 decimal places. So what we would do is we would do 6 into 5. Okay, put your decimal, add those zeros. Okay, we at least know we're going to add 2 zeros because of our answer choices. So here we don't have to guess. We either know it's going to be a 6 or an 8 or a 1, but 1 6 can fit more into 50. So we know D is out. We have an 8 here, 2 8s, so I'm most likely going to go with an 8. 8 times 6 is 48. Now, 50 minus 48 is 2. We're going to drop down that 0. So how many 6s can fit into 20? Well, we know 8 is too much because we just did that. So C is our answer. Has to be 3. Good, B. Oh, so somebody, let me see. So what did you say? You said, my favorite trick is that you can reverse 15% of 460 and of 460 is 460% of 15. So would you end up doing, that's a good, so would you, if you do 460% of 15, then really are you just multiplying these two? Can you answer that for me? Is that what you're really doing, is just multiplying 46 times 15 and then that will give you the answer? No, somebody said I'm cooked. I got 9. No, don't get cooked. No, make the mistakes here and then don't make them on the test. Alrighty, 25. So what is the volume of the liquid remaining in this cylinder? All right, so we would have to know volume of a cylinder, okay? That's the first thing. And so when we look, does anybody know the formula for volume of a cylinder? Does anybody know that? I forgot. No, sorry, I meant to say C. I got excited. Oh, no worries. Wow, these questions aren't hard at all. This is the Asvab. This is an sample test. Now, there is another math test that's straight word problems. 2 ratio something. Yeah, no. This is the part that gets a lot of people because you forget the formulas. But the volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times h. That's the formula. Pi r squared h. Now, if we look at our answers and every answer has a pi, we're not going to change this pi to 3.14. You leave it as pi. All right. Now, here, they told us that this is the diameter. Does anybody remember how to find the radius? Sweetie, is somebody asked, is this test like an entry exam for the college? Kind of. But the difference is, I believe with some college entrance exams, you get to use a calculator. This one, you do not. And it also depends on what level you're trying to place into college. Like if you're trying to place into calculus, this would not be it. But if you're trying to place into like statistics, this might get you in there. Okay, divide by 2. Beautiful. Yes. So we take our diameter and we divide it by 2. So our radius is going to be 4. Now we have a height of 10. Okay. So now this is where I jacked up on the drawing, you guys. This is where I jacked up on the drawing. I was trying to they had this. They had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And why that is important is because they already have some liquid in there. We're just trying to find out how much is remaining. So what we have to do is we have to do 10 minus 4, okay, to get our actual height. And the picture I jacked up on. So that's why I want to say this picture is not accurate. I did jack it up, okay? So now that we know that, okay, they had it 1, 2, 3, 4, and they had it filled up here. So now that we know this is our true height, centimeters. So now we could plug in. So we could do V equals pi 4 squared times 6. Okay. And somebody said C. C is the answer. Beautiful. And C is our answer. Let me show you why. Remember, this is 4 times 4. And 4 times 4 is 16. And then we would need to multiply that by 6. Remember, we're leaving this as pi. So 16 times 6 would give us 36 times 6 is 36. And then 6 times 1 is 6. And then we add 3 and we get the 96. Attach the pi to it and you got your answer. Thank you, Lawson. Thank you, thank you. All right, you guys. And that is our entire Asvab test. We started this morning before the baby started crying. It was a little rough here, right? A little rough. Some people saved me. And so I will have this posted on my YouTube, okay, at Impact Math. If you want to go back and watch it, Impact Math 19 on my YouTube, okay? Since I put these up on my YouTube, I'm going to jump off and then I will jump back on. And we're going to be doing next conversions. But I don't want to mix up the video because who got time for editing and all that, okay? Somebody said, can you use a calculator on the Asvab? No, you cannot. It all has to be done from the brain. Okay. Great question. All right, you guys. I will see you on the next live if I catch you back. If not, have a wonderful and beautiful day. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye, you guys.